Welcome to Greedy Bitch, a podcast where we teach you to go from being burnt out, broke, and broken to healthy, wealthy, and happy. Building a grooming business on your terms. Here's your host, River Lee.
Classic ones and zeros, baby. I'm obsessed with you. Give it to me, baby. Every Monday, every Monday. Everything I need.
Hello, and welcome back to Greedy Bitch, podcast for groomers who are done apologizing for wanting more. I am your host, River Lee, founder of The Savvy Groomer. And if you're listening to this while you're staring at a pile of towels, brushing out a doodle, or half living on caffeine and leftover Halloween candy, breathe for me and take a second. You did it. You've almost made it through November, the month that feels like a tug of war between gratitude and grind. You've survived the turkey month trifecta: too many dogs, too many deadlines, and not enough naps. Now that we're staring down December, that magical, slightly unhinged season where everyone wants to be on your nice list while simultaneously acting like they belong on your naughty list. And before we dive headfirst into bows, Santa photos, and last minute, just one more calls, I want to pause and talk to you about groomers really do this time of year. Gratitude for ourselves. Because gratitude isn't just for our clients, our dogs, or our bookings. It's about appreciating how far you've come and giving yourself permission to rest before the next round of crazy begins. So today we're slowing down, taking stock, and getting real about what you're not bringing into December. You don't need to earn your rest. You've already earned it. So let's be honest. Thanksgiving gets all the hype of being the season of gratitude. But somewhere between the mashed potatoes and the matted doodles, most of us skipped right past it. We confuse gratitude with overgiving. We think, I should be thankful, so I shouldn't complain. I should just push through it. I should take one more client, work one more hour, or skip lunch again because, hey, at least I'm busy. But that's not gratitude. That's burnout dressed up like Thanksgiving dinner. Gratitude isn't about ignoring your exhaustion, it's about acknowledging your effort. It's looking back at the chaos and saying, wow, I really just did that. You kept dogs safe. You kept clients happy. You kept your doors open, your shear sharp, and most of your sanity intact. And if you're listening to this, that means that you care enough to keep growing, not just grooming. But here's the catch. You can't receive gratitude if you're running on empty. You can't enjoy the fruits of your labor if you're too tired to taste them. If your idea of celebrating a successful month is collapsing on your couch with takeout and scrolling through client messages you haven't answered yet, that's not success. That's just survival. So let's change that. Let's talk about what it really looks like to go from being grateful but exhausted to grateful and grounded. Here's what I want you to do. And yes, you can do this mentally while you're grooming if you're listening to this, okay? So think back on this November. What worked? What made you proud? What left you feeling like that was probably not worth it? Maybe it was the way you handled a difficult client with calm confidence. Maybe that was finally saying no to that once a year emergency husky. Maybe it was enforcing your matted policy, or maybe it was eating something green that wasn't a Jolly Rancher. Now, let's look at the other side. What are these things that drained you? That moment that you felt resentful, that day you skipped lunch and snapped at your bather, the time you squeezed in someone just this once and immediately regretted it the second you put the phone down. We're not judging, we're here to observe, right? Reflection isn't about guilt, it's about data. You can't fix what you won't face. So if you're noticing that your income doesn't match your effort, that's also not a failure. It's just a clue of what is working and what's not. If you've noticed you're crankier with clients, or if you're shorter with your own pets at home, that's not a shame. That's your body saying, hey, I'm done. The best groomers aren't always the busiest ones. They're the one who listen when their energy talks back. So what is your energy telling you right now? You know how we tell clients that matting doesn't just magically go away? It only gets worse if you ignore it. Well, burnout is the same way. So before December starts, let's quote unquote demat your mental space. Let's brush out what doesn't belong anymore. And we're not going to hold on to guilt. We're just going to let it go. If you are still obsessing about that one bad review or that one client you can't please, we're going to pull an Elsa and let it go. If you're still undercharging someone out of pity, please, for the love of sanity, let it go, right? It's not your fault. It's not your responsibility. Let it go. You are not a machine and you are not a holiday miracle worker. You are a person with limits, and that's a great thing. Here's what I want you to do this week. Pick one thing to release before December hits. Maybe it's dropping that red flag client. Maybe it's removing one service that doesn't work anymore. Maybe it's giving yourself permission to close one day a week. Maybe a little earlier, maybe just a few hours early. Whatever it is, write it down, say it out loud, because clarity comes from the calm moments, okay? You don't have to be near your breaking point for things to finally fall into place. You can't be grateful if you're buried under guilt, and you can't be present when you're constantly running on panic like a chicken with its head cut off. You deserve a version of success that doesn't require suffering or extreme amounts of stress. Another thing that I'm noticing groomers are struggling with the most right now is rest. I know even the word feels kind of weird in your mouth. We're a community that's kind of built on hustle. We wear exhaustion like a badge of honor. And it's interesting because I often hear people saying like rest is equating to laziness, but that's just couldn't be further from the truth, right? It's maintenance. Think about our tools, right? You couldn't groom a full day with dull blades, and you can't skip cleaning your tub because there's no time, right? Why do you need to treat your body like that? Or even your mind for that matter? Gratitude isn't just saying thank you, it's showing thank you to yourself. You can thank yourself by scheduling a break. Again, you can thank yourself by eating a real lunch instead of protein bars, a coffee, and promises of food later. You can thank yourself by closing your books when you said you would. Because you rest, you're going to come back sharper. You can't keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and hoping that your body will continue to respond. That works for a few years, but it's not going to work forever. Because when you rest, you come back sharper, kinder, more creative, more you. And that version of you, calm, confident, cared for, is the one your clients, your dogs, and your business truly need. I know it sounds so corny, but I really do want to remind you gratitude and profit can coexist. And in fact, they really should. If you've been nodding along all this time thinking, I know I need to raise my prices, I just feel guilty, this is your sign. Gratitude for your clients doesn't mean charging less, it means running a business that will still exist next year so that you can keep serving them. If you haven't yet, I highly suggest you check out the Price Increase Masterclass. The truth is that so many times it's not that we need to be more busy, it's that we either need to restructure the way that we are pricing our services, or we might need to do a little bump. Sometimes it's a matter of our big dogs are not being charged enough, and our small dogs are technically picking up the extra slack. There's no right or wrong way to have your prices be set. I think the most important thing is that you know why your prices are set the way they're set. All too often, we can't take time off. We can't take care of our body. We can't do the things that we need to do because our prices are not where they need to be. Now, if you are interested in the Price Increase Masterclass, it's a step-by-step guide to figuring out exactly what to charge and then how to communicate it without guilt, and even how to handle the pushback like a pro that I know you already are. If you're interested in that, you can check it out at savvygroomer.com/PIMC because you don't need to work harder. You just need to charge like someone who's already earned it. And let's be honest, guys, you already have earned it. I want to leave you with this thought. You don't have to start December exhausted just because everyone else is. You can choose peace over pressure. You can choose boundaries over burnout. You can choose gratitude over guilt. You can take a deep breath. You can let it out. And you can say this with me. I'm grateful for how far I've come. I honor my limits. My peace is profitable. You've already done enough. You've already earned your rest. Now it's time to receive it. If this hit home, please feel free to share this with a fellow groomer who needs permission to say no without guilt. And don't forget to grab your free holiday boundaries script at savvygroomer.com/holiday boundaries. Well, that's going to be it for me today, guys. So until next time, I want you guys to stay grateful, take a nap, and as always, stay greedy, bitch.
Thanks for listening. Find us on social media at The Savvy Groomer and online at savvygroomer.com. Subscribe to be notified for our new episodes. Until next time, happy grooming.